We've done a poll, and God Pharaoh's Gift update won the poll. I think I am going to steal the election and instead play the Jund Delirium deck. Because I'm actually really interested to try Violent Urge. 4 is maybe too many. But the thing with Violent, like, if you have a Detective's Phoenix on a Fear of Missing Out and you Violent Urge it, that's 20 damage. That's 20 damage. It's 5 damage, 5 power, double strike, 2 attack phases. That's 20 damage. Violent Urge seems so crazy. I don't know if maybe I should play like one Thoughtseize or something. Maybe one Tarmogoyf over it. let's start with 3. Let's start with 3. Let's start with 3. We have 24 creatures. We should probably have like one sorcery or something, right? Should it be one Thoughtseize? It's such a weird number. Seems okay. But just the fact that like Phoenix, FOMO, this is just 20 damage is pretty exciting to me. When I played this deck, I felt like I was missing Thoughtseize could be unbiased. Well, the thing is, if your opponent is just dead because you dealt them 20 damage with Violent Urge, I don't know how much we're missing Thoughtseize. We might still be missing it. I want to play one, I think. One Traverse. I don't really like Traverse so much. It's like, it's just so slow, and like we just have our quantity and quality of threats is pretty high. You can play more Thoughtseize on the board. Yeah, we might want to change the board some. Need a few more sorceries. Yeah, right now we have 5 sorceries and 7 instants, which I think is okay. Has anybody tried? I know we've talked about Violent Urge in this deck in the past, and I think it makes a lot of sense in this build, especially like with the Wraiths. You're just like much lower to the ground. Like, just like double strike Nethergoyf, double strike FOMO, double strike everything seems so crazy. No, Overlord is too slow and dirtily. This is like a real aggro deck. You're like a pure aggro deck almost. Like this like just kills your opponent a turn faster. This is going to give you, I think, a lot of turn 3 kills, which is so important for this deck, is to kill your opponent turn 3. Like that's kind of the problem I've had with this deck, is that you're like too slow against other combo decks. But the fact that it's exactly 20 with FOMO Phoenix makes me pretty excited. But let's just try it, you know. Okay, don't love to be on the draw against an Ocelot Pride with no 1-drop. Is what it is, I suppose. So did TBR. Yeah, but like 1 mana versus 2 mana plus 4 extra damage is really nice. Losing Trample is a problem, though, of course. But I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be that opposed to playing Team or Battle Rage if we're going to be really honest. Like, that's why people are playing Thoughtseize, is just like slow down your opponents, which is fine. But also, like, killing them faster is very comparable to slowing them down. And oftentimes with Thoughtseize, it feels like you take a turn off to slow them down by a turn. It's not always how it works. Okay, so here is the deck list. If we could get a mod to update the command to change the league deck for this, that would be really helpful. You want to always have 4 power for T-Bird. That's true, yeah. That's true. Second flight. I'm just going to graveyard that for now, I think. We'll see. We're just trying it out. Let me check on the challenge. 30 minutes. At least time for 1 match. Blue-green Story Circle, Woodland Omni is interesting. Story Circle and Roll fumble both plans. Well, the problem is you can't improvise out Omniscience. It costs you 5 blue mana to do that, right? And it seems unrealistic if you have Woodland in your deck to have 5 blue mana. It might be doable. It is possible. I think you could combine both plans, but that has been my issue with it, I guess. I mean, we had the Urza build, and I mean, I thought that deck was great this week. Not a great game to lose the die roll. Let's go to game 2. But if you could improvise out Omniscience, like it would be something I would be very excited for. Okay, usually I bring in the Pyroclasms, the Mites. Let's cut this Thoughtseize. This is probably a matchup where we don't want to play Violent Urge. And Shiver Wraith also, I think. I know it's kind of, we're talking about this and we're trimming. Does your scale up? I don't know. No, I don't know. I feel like Violent Urge is a lot better. Like, scale up is maybe better with FOMO, but Urge seems to be better with Nethergoyf, Channeler, Flytrap, Phoenix in general. And it's also an instant, which is not that relevant, I guess. Am I a Rough Tumble hater? I guess we were talking about Rough Tumble as extra food for Phoenix versus the ability to go Pyroclasm, Tarfire, kill a Guide of Souls with a counter on it. I think it's very close. I wouldn't say I'm a hater. I'm not sure which is better. Which, in your opinion, on sideboard and graveyard hate against Boros? It depends on the matchup. I think in this deck you can kind of ignore Flage sometimes. Enough of the time that I don't want to bring in like Surgicals or Spellbombs. I have brought in Surgicals or Spellbombs before, and it is something you could do, but I don't feel like it's very mandatory. Doesn't scale up make Nethergoyf a 6/4 plus Tribes in Yard? I guess it does, but also like if Nethergoyf is very often 4/4 5/4, which is like 5/4 double strike or 6/4 5/4 double strike is about the same. Sometimes more, sometimes less. I guess best case scenario more actually. Okay, I do want to try to have a good Pyroclasm here, so I'm just gonna Surveil, I think. Does this mean I'm not getting any black mana yet? I think that's probably okay. The Surveil is just so nice in this deck. A little flooded here. Why don't people play Stone of Reach for Boros? Well, the thing about Boros is it is just such a difficult deck to attack. You have access to. Also, I think we're about to get paid off for Tarfire over Rough Tumble. Okay, if they had played a 1-drop here and we had Rough Tumble, the game is just kind of over, or not over, but it's not very good for us. But it's like you have to deal with the graveyard for their Flage, and you have to deal with the Wandering and Blood Moon and all these cheap creatures, which makes it very difficult to attack if you're not just outright ignoring their game plan with like a combo. Unfortunately, just getting kind of flooded here, despite getting a nice 2-for-1. Unbelievable Netherland. We're playing 20. We've seen 9, 10, 11 of our lands so far. Yeah, I kind of like Scam. It's very, very difficult deck to attack. Concede if I draw a land. Yeah, that's what I get for stealing the election. Seems like bestowing this potentially, although it seems kind of unrealistic. Yeah, if I draw like Rumble into Flytrap, I'll want to have this probably. Mom with the 39 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Here's a 5-0 deck with 7 Grists. I'll look a little bit closer at that. This looks pretty cool. Okay. Big draw. They didn't tap their ring. Unfortunately, Flytrap dies to discharge here. But they don't have a discharge. So, attack them for 14 down to 4. They tap the ring. Go down to 2. I think I'm going to save this Phoenix. And this way, if they crack another fetch, I can kill them with the Tarfire. And it seems very likely they have a Bolt, so me casting the Phoenix, I think it's likely to just die here. Yeah, so they probably should have drawn in response here, with them not having the discharge. Maybe 20 lands is too much with 4 Bauble 4 Wraith. Yeah, but you could maybe cut one. It's tough because your Arena of Glories get worse if you cut a land, because they're going to enter tapped more often. And we are playing 3 drops, so it's kind of tough. You really want to hit that 3rd land. But I agree adding 4 Wraiths. Not that we drew a Wraith this game, but adding 4 Wraiths could be correct to go down a land. Okay, so my opponent is down to 2. They didn't crack their fetch land. I have a lethal Tarfire. What do you think of all the Brood-Scale decks? I haven't really spent much time with Brood-Scale. It probably is something I should do some work on. I do kind of like this direction, like the Cauldron, like the mono black Cauldron kind of shell with Feeder. This is something we've walked down this path sometimes. They could maybe be playing the Infect black drop with that card. Phyrexian Crusader could be a good card for the shell, where you get to, like, if you Crusader a Ballista, you're going to kill Boros really fast. Could be a good sideboard card. I don't know if I'm exactly convinced that the... we also won this game. I'm not exactly convinced these Young Wolves are good. Alright, good. That was a good time to top deck Flytrap. Alright, let's go to game 3. Yeah, I think overall this shell looks pretty cool. I don't know about these Grist. I don't know about a lot of this stuff, but it probably is something I need to spend some time on. I haven't really spent any time on it. No, we're not playing the Black Overlord. You can play Black Overlord in like your slower builds, but this build is just too fast. You have to mulligan this one. So one thing I don't like about this hand is I have to get Blood Crypt. I don't have green mana. I really just want this to be a 7-card hand. I want to be able to go Street Wraith, Channeler, Bauble, next turn, Nethergoyf, bestow Phoenix onto Nethergoyf. I guess I'm just going to put back the Goyf. Okay. If you love something, let it go. And if it was yours, it'll come back to you. So we could obviously have kept the Pyroclasm here, but what I want to do is offer the trade here and then be able to just go block Street Wraith, win the fight. That might be kind of tough with them having the Static Prison, but they might just attack anyways. And they seem to have taken the bait. My 3/3. Channeler better than Ragavan confirmed. Then they Static Prison. And then they play another Ragavan. So I do think I really want to get a basic forest this game so that I am not I'm not just going to be cold to my opponent playing Blood Moon this next turn. So I'm just going to play my Nethergoyf and pass so that we can play both these next turn. Has a channel always been better than Ragavan? I think there was a time where Ragavan was better, kind of earlier to MH2 season, maybe post Luris ban. I'm not sure. I used to get a lot of shit for saying Channeler was better from immediately. I do think there was a time Ragavan was better. They hit a ring, they can't cast it, thankfully. But they should have some extra energy for this Static Prison now. Yeah, but I wouldn't say that it's always been better. It's a second Static Prison? Okay, Ocelot Pride. No life gained yet. They only have one card in their hand also. Maybe I'll just become a Jund Delirium main. This is a deck I've been having a lot of fun with. I know we put it down for a little bit. But I do feel like I need to be prioritizing decks I'm enjoying. We can graveyard this. We can just kind of escape it pretty easy. Still at 4/5. Comparisons card XY outside of specific deck metas usually. Yeah, usually. I'll say that one thing about Channeler though is it's like the games it wins for you is kind of invisible. Like it's not always super obvious to both players that the fact that this surveilled 3 dead cards away won you the game. Channeler is also a super versatile card. It's like you know, even better in this deck. You can play it in Storm, you can play it in Jund, you can play it in you can play it in Grixis, you can play it in Izzet. It's just like goes everywhere. Ragavan, I feel you don't always I reach for Channeler more often than Ragavan these days. Although Ragavan also, I guess, can go in a lot of decks, right? That's maybe not the best point. If they attack with Ocelot Pride Ragavan, I'm going to block the spawn and sack it here. I thought we would grab a basic. Sorry, I did want to grab a basic. I guess I totally forgot about that part of my plan for some reason. We lost to Breach combo in the challenge. Sorry, I should have got the forest. I said it, and I started talking about something else. They have a bombardment, so they could kill my Channeler here by sacking Raptor or Ocelot Pride. They know I have a big Flytrap coming, though. They can't be too excited about that. They sack the Raptor. They're dead if I draw Tarfire. They might be dead anyways, honestly. So this is 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so we put them to 2. If they top like a Johnny, I don't think I'm dead to an Ajani. They can top like a ring also. A ring at 2 life is a lot better than a ring at 1 life. Although they're basically at 3 because they also have Pride. Which breach? Through the breach combo, like Corey's list. Oh, they're going to 1 because they're fetch. Okay. I guess, but they can still gain a life and tap the ring. So they go down to 1 energy, probably. Unless they want to be like, I'm going to Raptor into ring. That would be pretty big baller line to just give you the Channeler. Okay, bombardment themselves. Okay. I did not think we were going to win that match after getting so flooded game 2. We're playing Violent Urge. It's 1 mana +1/+1. If you have Delirium, it also gives double strike, which is actually just 20 damage if you have a Phoenix on a FOMO. That's 20 damage in the air by just those 2 things together, which is pretty cool. And it's kind of the same thing, right? Thoughtseize is like, I'm going to slow you down a little bit. This card is going to be, I'm going to kill you faster. And so I want to test this, and we won our first round against Boros earlier, and I am... If the rest of this league goes well, we'll probably play this in the challenge tomorrow. And then we can work on the God Pharaoh's Gift deck in between rounds of the challenge tomorrow. Yeah, I'm having these uncontrollable violent urges. Thank you, Dalton, for the 65 months. See you tonight. Dinner looking more likely now that we've won to drop the challenge, by the way. Right, I'm going to get Blood Crypt here, and then... So I think what you want to do here is you want to Bauble before you Wraith. So if you like the top card, you can just draw it and then still get your Surveil value. And then so we want to Bauble ourselves to see if we want to do that. I don't think I want to... I'm just going to bin that, which is kind of the same as cycling, right? But I don't have to lose the 2 life. And then... Okay, we do find land 2. No Delirium right now, actually. So they have an Arena of Glory on top. If I draw something to discard for Delirium, there's a good chance we're just going to haste the FOMO, Kraken for 8, put them down to 10. Although drawing, I mean, killing Guide of Souls is really important. I guess we just go Tarfire, Goyf. And then we can go, like, potentially Detective's Phoenix on the Goyf, haste, FOMO, and then attack for 12 in the air. When you win the die roll in this matchup, it's pretty dang good for you. Jolted Awake with Lotus Bloom. Yeah, I've gone down the Goblin Engineer, Lotus Bloom, Jolted Awake path. Something to work on. What was the other thing I was going to work? I was going to work on the Felia Overlord deck too. I'm going to make a little sticky note for that. I'll work on that Sunday probably. Okay, so this is going to be pretty dang nice. So then we're going to get basic forest and then go haste mana, then spend green, red here. Discard the Phoenix, get a little bit of value. Isn't DRC really good here? Why not keep it on top? We have a many better cards, like specifically Nethergoyf and Flytrap, I think. I mean, we could also keep it, I guess. Kind of feels like splitting hairs a little bit. Like, I just don't really know how we lose this game. Okay, so Mites and Pyroclasms coming in. Sideboarding is getting a little bit easier with this deck, too. We did cut the Violent Urges last time. Like, just adding a bunch of Street Wraiths makes sideboarding easy peasy. FOMO plus Skelemental, something I want to do one day. Yeah, that's something we've talked a little bit about on Earth Show. Well, I am glad that this deck seems to be pretty dang real. Had at least one really successful brew from the set. Haven't drawn a Violent Urge yet. I always sort of see Reshape Bloom use a ritual. Always found that so sick. Yeah, we've done that a couple times. Those egg decks are always so bad, though. Yeah, I think the Wraiths are really good. I think they're just like a lot faster enablers than Say Its Name. I mean, having Tarfire is really nice, but just there's no black mana for a double black 1-drop hand, should need to mulligan. I think I want to keep the basic mountain. On the draw, like, life total does matter a good amount. When were you trying to do Flare of Duplication stuff with goblins? Did you ever try copying Inferno Plunge? Yeah, I tried going down the Inferno Plunge, Battle Hymn, Flare plan, but it's like if you're sacrificing all these goblins for Flare and Plunge, like, your Battle Hymns are kind of bad. But yeah, that is a tree I've barked up. Could be something we still mess with at some point. How about Rough Tamils and a Pyroclasm? Need to make it Ozzy Bestow Phoenix. So that's an option. It came up already once this league that if your opponent goes Guide into second Guide 1-drop and you really want to be able to go Pyroclasm Tarfire. That happened where they went Guide, but then they played Bolt instead of another 1-drop last match. But you will just kind of lose the game sometimes to a 4 toughness Guide of Souls, and they probably should know that they need to get the Guide of Souls up to 4 toughness ASAP. So 2 energy in their pool. I'll try to be mana efficient here. Could obviously be bad if they fly the Guide. We may be able to go over the top of it, though. I'm also maybe supposed to discard the Tarfire. I don't really like the idea of discarding Tarfire here. Have we built a deck with new artifact Unlucky Witness? Yeah, we played, like, what was weird, like, we played a Red Flare, like, Shrapnel Blast Goblin Grenade deck a while ago, and it went, like, okay. I guess it didn't go great, but it went okay. And then, like, we got an upgrade in that card, and then it went awful. I don't think we won a single match, which was kind of disappointing, I guess. Yeah, so now they get to jump the Guide. Maybe this was just, maybe some mistakes were made. Not out of this one, though. Definitely not out of it now that I can Delirium the Flytrap with potentially the ability. I'm going to get Blood Crypt here. And then if I can, yeah, I might not have enough fuel in the yard for the FOMO, but I could potentially do something like FOMO, discard Tarfire, and then bestow Phoenix onto FOMO, untap the Flytrap, have 6 types in the yard. Yeah, Guide is definitely enemy number 1 for us. So it could be good to have like 5th or 6th 1-mana removal spell too. Although now here like the Rough Tumble thing, like if this is Rough Tumble, we've lost, or we're very unhappy, but now we can kill the Guide of Souls. Potentially we can have a great turn if they just play into the Pyroclasm really hard. Although they may also just like get this Guide of Souls up to 6 toughness. They hit a ring. Okay, ring is kind of weirdly good because now the Guide of Souls isn't 6 toughness. People are playing Rough Tumble because it's more evidence to collect for your Phoenix. And this is why this situation is why I like Pyroclasm a little bit more. The extra evidence to collect for Phoenix would also be relevant here, so it is a conversation. I can't remember when I've seen one deck played as much as Energy. I mean, one thing about Energy is just like a super easy deck to get into, and it's also the best deck. Just like when this is the case, it's just always going to be so popular. So we need to dodge Static Prison, but if we can, we're probably going to get them. And if not, we have game 3 on the play, potentially. It's filling the slot of OG Burn. You know what? That's kind of true. Not that Burn was ever the best deck, but it used to be like tier 1, super popular. All the new players were playing it. Anybody who was balling on a budget was playing Burn. It was like all the people that were like balling on a budget was playing Burn, and then like the super analytical, like very like focused players also love to play Burn. I have a friend who is a doctor now, but back when he was like still in college, he loved to play Burn. He was very methodical. He was like just so fun to play with and against. And shout out David. He moved up north. I haven't seen him in a while. For your Necrobelcher deck, do you think of including Beseech the Mirror? The problem with Beseech is like the stuff to like sacrifice is just so like there's just not really good options. So like we can if somehow they print some great card that just gives you a lot of stuff to sack or some stuff to sack, but like sacrificing talismans and Bowmaster tokens just usually isn't it. So okay, so I can go Pyroclasm, or maybe I could just jump the Phoenix. Yeah, I'm gonna need like a Street Wraith to win with the Phoenix here, I think. Isn't that nice? Okay, so I can bestow exiling Channeler and FOMO, and they're just dead. I don't even need to do anything else. You're dead. I think they're dead. I'm going to put 10 more counters on this. I guess they get to untap, but then they die to the ring. Oh, no, it's 24. Okay. Yeah, you're dead. 23 life. Ring Flage Pride. Okay, Modern is fun again, by the way. I am now a Jund Delirium main. Modern is fun again. It's very funny. Like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I'm like, man, Modern is so fun. I'm playing Jund Delirium every day. We're building a Jund Delirium deck, and then and I'm like, wow, this week Modern hasn't been as fun. Yeah, Worlds. I mean, I'll be at Vegas, but I won't be playing. Yeah. This is now Jund Delirium stream. It is good that it has a good Boros matchup, and I think it's pretty okay against Dimir. Although some people have said they don't like the Dimir matchup. I feel like if you can like leverage your Phoenix as well, that matchup gets a lot better. Although I haven't played the matchup a lot since like I got adopted. Like we were playing this like more a month ago. Okay, probably a mulligan on the draw with no enablers. This hand can do nothing so easily. We also haven't drawn a Violent Urge yet. I'm feeling that Violent Urge, I tell you what. Okay, we made the mistake of losing the die roll against Titan. Do a Damping Sphere check. They're still there. To be fair, you've sided against Iji both times. Yeah, for sure. But like this is going to be like the Violent Urge matchup too, for whatever that's worth. Not much reason to like cycle that instead of just putting it in the yard. I don't like seeing that one. They rumble into a second Amulet or a Titan. Really not a matchup you want to lose the die roll in. They choose Crumbling Vestige. I guess is good news, but they don't have other lands. Maybe it's not good news. So we know no card in their hand. We can kind of infer that they might be land light. Okay, I'm gonna attack with my Channeler. And now we can go Tarfire the spawn token, kill the Grazer, which kind of clears the way for me to potentially FOMO my Nethergoyf next turn. We're attacking for 15. So I go haste FOMO, discard Phoenix. Yeah, 15. They don't have Delirium for Woodland to copy Titan. I think we're just gonna get Ring a Ding Ding though. Might have wanted that land. Maybe. The thing is, we don't really want to bestow the Phoenix because we don't have the stuff next turn. We're actually attacking for more because this becomes 12 power, so it would have been 17, but we have been ring-a-dinged. I'm going to go ahead and FOMO, no haste. It's not a bad draw. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't really help me go like Channeler, Phoenix. I guess we just graveyard. If we drew like Rumble, maybe it could be okay. The Nethergoyf is at least 6/7 to maybe block a Titan. I don't think there's a deck of Modern has a bigger discrepancy between how it feels to play versus how it feels to play against than Titan. I agree, yeah. Florent Win with the 10 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you. Storm kind of feels that way. Yeah. It does kind of feel that way, yeah. Yeah, battles are a card type, but they still haven't printed any new battles. My opponent type's thinking in chat, yeah. Fair. Thanks, Florent. Living in feels like that also. Well, there's just like a lot of watching the solitaire is tough sometimes. This should be a kill unless they have T West in hand. Yeah, it probably is. We could concede, I guess, but they're going to go T West into Summoner's Pact for Aftermath Analyst and loop that. And I think they have like exactly enough to. It's 3 to transmute. Oh no, it's more than enough. I mean, okay, I think this is mana neutral with Lotus Field. Okay, they're thinking on this transmute some. I wouldn't worry. I'm debating by nameless. I'm sure it's gonna be an next BNR. Yeah, I just wanted to see the analyst and then scoop. Yeah, it's like I don't know. I do more and more. I'm thinking that a ring band would help Modern a lot. Not that I want to talk about it all stream every stream, but it is feeling more and more like that a ring band would help a lot. Do we still have 6 types? We have instant sorcery, artifact, creature, land. Instant sorcery, artifact, creature, land, enchantment. But Titan's surely gonna get lost with that ring. Yeah, exactly. It's like your sideboard cards are so much more effective against Titan when they can't just go, okay, you Blood Mooned me, okay, you Damping Sphered me, I'm just gonna play the ring and I'm gonna dig for my Besages. Aren't you worried about Boros? Well, the thing is, like, I used to have this attitude that the ring was doing a good job containing the Boros deck, that the ring decks were good against the Boros deck, and this was true for a while. And then Boros adapted the ring to beat Jeskai and to beat the mirror, and now that they're playing the rings, they can't go back, because you can't be the Boros player not playing the ring because you'll lose the mirror. And now the fact that Boros is just playing the ring, and the metagame doesn't seem like it's going to adapt away from that, you're also nerfing Boros by banning the ring. And like Boros before it played the ring was a much easier deck to attack because it didn't have like the combination of ring, Flage, Blood Moon, the cheap creatures makes it a very difficult deck to attack. Of course, right? All right, let's keep this. I'm gonna play the District on turn 1. I'm gonna be able to Mite a Saga or Amulet on turn 2. Reason for cutting Saiyid's name. It's a little bit slow. I think you just need to be much faster in this deck. As fast as possible. And then the Wraith kind of like helps fuel the Yard in a similar way, but for 0 mana instead of 2. But I did like Say Its Name. But I just don't think it's optimal. Ooh. Just think the real problem is Wrath Disguise, maybe. I think Boros needs to lose a card besides Ring. I mean, potentially. But the deck certainly gets much easier to attack without it existing for whatever that's worth. No way to turn on the Damping Sphere here. I might even have lethal next turn with this Urge. Okay, so let's get ready to rumble. Looking for a land, of course. Okay, so if I Violent Urge the Nethergoyf, that is +5 damage. So I guess we just hit them for 7 and play a Sphere. Yeah, I also hate the schedule of BNRs. I think it's just so bad for the game. I put out a video talking about it during the last one. I guess I should have done this pre-combat. I could have maybe grown the Goyf. Yeah, I was really happy with how that video turned out. People were saying the same stuff even with Nadu around. Even if the ring is gone, why play any other creature deck other than energy? I don't know. I mean, I think this deck has a good energy matchup. This deck is a creature deck. There's still Demir. I don't know. Again, it's just going to take some time to really figure out exactly what needs to change. I'm just saying I'm more and more thinking that the ring should go. Okay, but you know what? Some people play the ring, some people put Violent Urge in their deck. Double strike and first strike. You're at -4. All right. Thank you, Jeff, for the 41 months. Love you, homie. Hope to see you soon. We're going to game 3. How's the new Modern Horizons tier list coming along? I haven't posted it yet. I spent a little bit more time working on the Dark Souls stuff than the video. I'm hoping to on Sundays are really the time I work on the video, but I don't think it's going to be out maybe until next month because I have Vegas next weekend and Ren Fair the weekend after that. But I'm trying to get it done. Just can't keep these other Dragons Titan. Just don't do anything. Yeah, I kind of need. I guess I could keep this. MagicCon Vegas is happening. Pick a poison. Okay, so if I see like a Damping Sphere on top. I mean, Flytrap is nice because we don't have any pressure, but I got a Thoughtseize, I guess. Let's get the Blood Crypt. I'm going to look at their top card before I. Dark with the 4 months. Appreciate you. Spelunking Dryad, Summoner's Pact, and then, sorry, what was their top card? The Lotus Field, right? So next turn, they can go Gruul Turf, Dryad, or Spelunking. I guess I should just take the Summoner's Pact. Yeah, I've never been the goodest speller, I tell you what. I always spell it wrong. Like, I always put this E here for some reason. We could potentially haste Nethergoyf if we go like, if we draw like Channeler or Bauble, the Nethergoyf will cost more mana, and then we can haste it with the Arena of Glory. This could be kind of fun if that comes up. Not a bad mold to 5. Obviously, finding the Damping Sphere is worth a lot. They do get another Amulet. Oh, right. Damping Sphere turns off Arena. I always forget. Dang. Does Magic on Vegas also have an RC? No, it has the Worlds, and then there's some PTQs there, which is the main reason why I'm going. Okay, so they have Gruul Turf, Lotus Field. Three mystery cards. It still makes haste mana, but it makes colorless haste mana, right? Oh, but you can spin the colorless haste mana, right? It's kind of weird. Saga Vesuva. We might get Saga tokened out of this game. Maybe it was better to play both this turn. I feel like I want to get both Surveils, potentially. Because I need to get the Goyf up to 4 power. Just tap it. I mean, I know what it does. I don't think I need to tap it here. So like yeah, I guess if we draw another spell, we could maybe haste next turn. It definitely gives a colorless mana, and I think you should be able to spend it for haste. Are they trying to analyst? They are a mana short of that, right? Now they can. Yeah, you should be able to undo exerting a land. Have they cast one spell or two already? I think this is their first spell. Not that it matters that much. Wait, they only have 3 mana floating. Oh, they misclicked on the Spelunking. That's tough, buddy. What do you think of them trying to implement conjure mechanics in paper? Are they doing that, or is there one like party set or whatever those sets are called, cards that kind of does that? Like, isn't there just like one card and like what with the party booster, whatever those thing, whatever that's called? Okay, I guess we still lose if they just have another land here. Yeah, mystery booster. I don't think that's them trying to implement conjure mechanics in paper exactly. Well, my opponent misclicked and Armageddon themselves, and I drew what's supposed to be my premium sideboard card in the matchup and Prison of the Clock, and I still lose. Titan is, well, poorly positioned, actually. Right, GG's. Why is those making colored mana? It's not the Crumbling Vestige made the colored mana. Oh, it's right. I guess it is because the Dryad, right? Drag. Well, Forsaken Bacon, happy anniversary. Welcome back. Okay. I am going to try to play this in the challenge tomorrow. I think this list is pretty cool. I might not. I might just take the weekend off. I'm not sure. I've been kind of sick all week, but I'm going to try to do that tomorrow. I may just be regrouping a little bit. I'm going to try because I'm also going to be out of town this next weekend. So I will make an effort. Not 100%. Probably.